Hello everyone, it's Lindy from Stitch and Lindy. I am back for another weekly update and vlog. Today is February 1st. I can't believe how fast this year is already going for it to be already in the second month of the year. This past week has been amazing for me. I had a great week, stayed on track, just keeping focus. Trying to make sure that I'm getting my workouts in and my walk, trying to fit in as much as I can. Today was actually day 3 of me getting my walk back in. So my full walk, the 20-minute walk that I do in the mornings, it's roughly 2.5K. So it's a good walk. I walk Paige to school and then I carry on and go around and come back and get back to work. So it's a good walk. There's 2 pretty big hills within that walk, so it pushes me quite a lot in that walk, so I really like it. And I'm also on day 14 of the Just Fit app. I'm really liking this app. I can set up reminders for if I haven't done my workout before 10 a.m. so it sends me an alert. There have been, and I was actually, while I was walking, I was thinking about this. Even though I'm on now day 14 of the Just Fit app, I am doing it, but I'm finding that it's not a habit yet. I'm still forcing myself to make sure that I'm doing it. So that's why I need that reminder, which is good. And also that I'm posting it daily because it's kind of subconsciously reminding me, you need to do this because you got to get that post out too to hold yourself accountable. So that is helping me as well, but I'm not, it's not set in my mind where I wake up and immediately say, okay, I need to go do my workout. There were a few nights this past week that I was doing them at like 11 o'clock at night to make sure that I wasn't missing it. So I'm still trying to work on making that a habit. So I'm at the point where I'm doing these workouts, but I'm forcing myself still to do them to make sure that I'm getting them in. So it's slowly but surely coming. The exercises are getting easier. There were a couple, the tricep ones are really hard on me. My upper arms I really need to work on. Also, my knees are really bad. So some of them, it kills me. Some of them I'll modify them. But I'm doing the best that I can with them. I'm really liking them. And as each day goes on, I'm finding they're getting easier. So I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if this sale is always on, but it comes up on the app 50% off. So it was like $48 for the entire year. And I was like, you know what? I might as well. I need something to kind of push me and something that's indoors and lower impact that can help me and not push me too much. So I have it set for a full body exercises, so I'm really liking it. So I'm on day 14. I haven't done mine today, so I'm on day 14 today of the Just Fit app, and I got my walk in this morning. So I got my goal last week that I set was I wanted to continue to work on my water intake, and I wanted to make sure that, or try to get at minimum 3 days a week of my full walk. So I reached my goal of my walk. I am also, this is my cup I'm using this week. This is 32 ounces, this cup. So this is, I'm trying to have one of these at each meal and also having one either like between the meals or at nighttime instead of nighttime snacking, or fitting it in if I am nighttime snacking. So I'm trying to fit in 4 of those. So that's my goal. So far, I've been able to for sure get 3 in. The 4th one, my water is always with me. I take it to bed with me. It sits on my nightstand. So my 4th one, most of the nights have been coming to bed with me. So I am filling my cup 4 times, but not fully finishing my 4th. So that's where I'm at right now. But I'm very happy with how much I've improved my water intake, because I was down to like 30 ounces a day, which is unheard of for me personally. I always have a ton of water that I'm drinking. So on the topic of nighttime snacking, I will say, so my week was very, very good. There was one night though that when my husband's home at nighttime, when he's not working nights, we tend to sit down and look at each other and say, I want something, or I'm craving something. And it's like we're feeding off each other, and we're so used to pulling out our phone and ordering on Uber Eats. So we've been really trying to not do this. We tried to set a goal at the start of the year that we would only eat out once when the kids are here, which our two oldest are here every other weekend. So that's only twice a month, and then give ourselves one date night a month. So that's only 3 times total for the month. And so far we've been pretty successful with not ordering out at nighttime, but there was one night this week that he did order in. And I ended up caving in and having a slice of pizza and a couple garlic bread sticks. And I regretted it right after, because I was like, I didn't need this. I was ready to go to bed. I didn't need this. And I just needed to be more mindful of how I was feeling, and that I really didn't need it. It was just that it was in front of me. But the next morning I got up because I was regretting it, and I weighed myself, and I was up 2 pounds. And I was like, okay, this is the kick in the butt that I need. And I know a lot of people are always like so strict, only weigh yourself on weigh-in day. If I wake up and I feel lighter, or I feel good, or my stomach doesn't feel cramped or bloated, I will jump on the scale. There are weeks that I will weigh myself every single day. There are weeks that I strictly will only weigh on weigh-in day. And I remind myself, don't get on that scale until your weigh-in day. But if I am feeling good, I will jump on. So I wanted to, especially after having the slice of pizza and breadsticks, I knew my sodium was going to be higher. So my water intake was going to be more. Not my water intake, my water, I don't know the word I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, retention. But, so yes, I was up 2 pounds the next day, and I was like, okay, my ass needs a kick. I need to be kicked in high gear. Don't do this. Don't go back down that path. You've been doing so good. I drank up my water. I snacked on watermelon. I tracked. And it showed, because this week I had an amazing week, and I ended up being down 2.8 pounds. So I turned that around and lost even more. So I'm super happy with my progress this week. I'm very proud of myself for pointing that out, that I knew I didn't need that, and I needed to get on the scale to kind of give my head a shake and realize I can't do this. I can't go back down that road, and I just need to stay focused. Also, the other night, Austin ordered Dairy Queen, and I was literally had the phone in my hand for Uber Eats, going to punch in what I wanted, and instead I punched cash out so that I couldn't order something. So I did not get something. I had my own ice cream bars that I have in there, and the following night, Austin actually did the same thing and had one of my ice cream bars. So I'm proud that he's doing that. Austin is also trying to quit smoking, so I'm very proud of him. He has started, it's a program through the Ontario government. I can't remember what it's called, but you fill out a survey with them, and they, depending on how much you smoke, your age, you have to meet a certain criteria, and they send you Nicorette gum and the patches for free. And they call you within 6 weeks to follow up to see how you're doing. And then I think it's another 6 weeks after that. And they just follow up with you to see how you're doing on the program. So I signed him up for it, had him fill out the survey, and he was accepted, got the stuff, and he started, I want to say 2 weeks now. It's been yesterday, because he still had cigarettes, and he ended up finding a pack while he was at work. But he ended up giving a pack away and just saying, no, I want to do this. I want to stop. So yesterday was his first day with, not yesterday, the day before, with 0 smokes. And then yesterday he had to smoke on the way home from picking up Paige. But he went 48 hours with 0 smokes. So I'm very proud of him. He's chewing his gum. He's trying to fight through these cravings and doing very well. But for a smoker that has smoked ever since he was like 10 years old, he got himself down to 6 a day, which is huge. And then completely went nothing for the 48 hours. And then yesterday was only 1. So I'm very proud of him. He's cut down big time and continuing to try and go with none. So he is fighting through those, which I understand. And I said to him, I know you're going to be snacking and eating more. I just have to stay on my program and you continue to do what you're doing to fight through both of our cravings. So we're kind of both working on 2 different journeys at the same time. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, so I was very happy that I was down on the scale. Even though I was up the other night, I was able to turn it around. So I was very happy with that. Speaking of nighttime snacking, a few of you have asked me about a couple of things that I've shared on my food diaries. And the one that I had talked about last week was the lentil chips I had brought up, and I found them. So they're called Plentals, lentil chips by Enjoy Life. So these are them. I got the sea salt because I like to make up a dip with Greek yogurt and the Colonel's popcorn seasoning. So that was why I initially got them, and I forgot my popcorn seasoning. So I ended up using, because Paige got it, the dill pickle Hell of a Good Dip, which I have never tracked because I just assumed it was high. But 1 tablespoon of Hell of a Good Dip is 1 point. 2 is 3, but 1 tablespoon was more than enough for me. And I measured out the lentil chips 25 grams, which I believe was around, I weighed them, but I'm pretty sure it was around 24, 26 chips, which was more than enough for a serving for me, were 4 points. And then the Hell of a Good Dip was only 1 point. If I was using the Colonel seasoning and the yogurt, it would have been 0. So these I really like. This is a good alternative for a chip, I find. Speaking of alternatives, Jenny, my sister, we were actually talking about what our goals are this week and what we're kind of working on. And her goal this week is cutting out chips. So Jenny, this was my alternative. Jenny's idea for her alternative this week is going to be fruit and nuts for her alternative. So Jenny, I'm proud of you for coming up with these alternatives and sticking through this. Jenny had a great weigh-in this week as well. I'm pretty sure she was 1.6 down. I might be wrong. Maybe it was 1.8. I can't remember. But anyways, she had a great weigh-in as well this week. Another item that I use for my nighttime snacking, which I actually shared yesterday, was the Jell-O pudding cups. These are 2 points per cup. So this is the Jell-O one. So see how they have 50 calories. You always look for the blue circle on them. They don't say fat-free or anything in Canada, but it says 50 calories per 106 cup, no sugar added. So they are, your fat is 1.5 grams. Sugar is 0. So these are the ones, they're no sugar Jell-O pudding cups. They're in the dairy section. I also get the Dolce. So Dolce and the chocolate. And what I do is I slice up my apples. I have to have my apples sliced because it tricks my mind to believing that I'm eating more. So I feel more satisfied. So these are both 2 points. The Dolce is delicious. The Dolce I find has a little bit more of a chemically tasting taste than the chocolate because it does have 4 grams of sugar alcohol. The chocolate also has 4 grams, but I don't taste that in the chocolate one. So if anybody can't stomach the sugar alcohol, you might not like those, but I love them, especially the chocolate one. Another thing that I have either with my breakfast as a snack for added protein or to dunk my apples in as well is the Too Good yogurts. I have strawberry and vanilla right now, but there's also a raspberry. Those are the only 3 kinds I can find in Ajax. I get them at Loblaws. They weren't carrying them for a while. And Kathy brought me over some that she got from the States, but they're now back at Loblaws. So I get the vanilla and the strawberry, and there's also a raspberry. The raspberry I'm not a huge fan of. It's more sour than what I like. But these are also 2 points a cup, and there's 8 grams of protein in these. So I like these to add onto my oatmeal, just as a snack by itself, or to dunk your apples in. Another thing that a lot of people have asked me is what kind of wraps that I use. I eat a lot of wraps at lunchtime, which I'm trying to kind of scale back from because I don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again, but it's an easy option with my hard-boiled eggs. I can do a egg salad wrap, or I have turkey and ham always on hand, so I can do a wrap. Or also pizzas you can make with these, and quesadillas. So these are the wraps that I use. I know there are much lower point wraps out there, but I don't like whole wheat. I can't do it. And again, I always try to say, you need to find what is going to work for you, because this is a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. You have to find what foods you're going to actually enjoy, because it's never going to work. It's never going to stick if you don't. And it was actually a post that I read on Lisa J's Connect, and she was talking about you have to figure out what you like as well. You need to check out her page if you haven't. Anybody that's on Connect, Lisa J, she has some amazing food picture ideas, shares her daily eats, and she just has some good ideas. Everybody that shares food, I love looking at them because everybody eats such different foods, so it gives so many great ideas. She's also the one that's running the New Year 2024 challenge, and also there is a new February challenge that was just posted on her page as well. So if anybody's looking for a challenge, take a look on Lisa J's Connect page, and there's some quite a few good ideas, especially food photos. But these are the wraps that I use. So these are the President's Choice, the original white ones. I don't like the whole wheat, and it has to be the President's Choice. The other ones that they carry, they're higher in points, and I just don't like the taste of them. These ones, this is a, I don't know what size this is. It doesn't say on the front here. I don't know if this is an 8-inch or a 10-inch. I think it's an 8-inch. I don't know, I might be wrong. But these are the bigger tortilla wraps. The other ones I find are smaller. They taste like cardboard. I don't like them. And there's 10 wraps in a pack. These are 5 points a wrap, which I always know going with some sort of bread option is going to be higher in points. But I don't find 5 is too high. Just watch what you're pairing it with, because my lunches tend to get high because I do use this. So that's 5 points right off the bat. But those are my go-tos for snacking, or just what I like to kind of curb any cravings for at nighttime or whatnot. What else did I want to share? I think that was it. I think that's all I had to share. Wow, look at me. A shorter video than last week, that's for sure. But yeah, no, this week has been great. I'm still working on making sure that my water's up. I'm trying to keep it to 30 ounces, one of my jugs every meal, and then one either in between or at nighttime snacking. And then I also have my regular tea. I try to have 1 or 2 regular teas a day. I try to keep it to 1, but I usually go for another one at nighttime. And then my herbal teas at night, that they do help. Having a herbal tea, I go for peppermint myself. But that helps with nighttime snacking as well. What is your favorite thing at nighttime for nighttime snacking? I always go for the herbal teas, a fruit. Like I said, I've said it multiple times. I'm a nighttime snacker. I've tried to cut it out, and it just doesn't work for me. This is a lifestyle change, so we have to make sure that that's fitted in. So how did everybody else do this week? Let me know how you did on the scale, how your week was in general. Is there anything you guys are working on this week? Anything you've achieved? I achieved my walk number 3 today, so I'm very happy with that, and I'm continuing to do my workouts every single day. Again, I'm on day 14, so I will get that done shortly, and I'm still working on my water. So those are my goals for this week, still continuing with the water. I'm still trying to be mindful and just keeping up with what I'm doing. I don't want to push too much more. I am finding that I'm doing a lot. Jenny asked me today what my main thing is that I'm changing, but I couldn't really pinpoint it. I want to say more activity because I've been so used to no activity, especially since October, since I hurt my ankle. And then Christmas was a busier season with my crochet orders, so I was sitting for the majority of the time. But yeah, I would say it was probably more activity. But overall, it's everything. Tracking, I have to track every single day, or else I'm completely off. If I'm not tracking, I'm not following the program. So it's definitely a huge help with tracking. And I know a lot of people say I don't track or I don't have time for that. It's so simple. Even if you're just taking pictures, you're documenting, right? That's a form of tracking. You can look back at those pictures and say, okay, I ate this. Maybe I need to change it to this, or I can add this, or do whatever. You could track on paper. You can write down in a notebook. You can use MyFitnessPal. You can use Carb Manager. There's so many different apps that you can track on nowadays, or just writing it down, or just taking a picture to glance back and see what you did have. So it's all a form of tracking, and it all helps you. So I find tracking is a huge motivator for me. I like seeing the numbers that I have to play with. So that's why I like doing it on the WW app. I also liked it on the MyFitnessPal app because I could track my carbs. And then there was also the Carb Manager where I was tracking more of my macros. So I don't really want to track that many things. So that's why I'm liking the WW app with just tracking the points that I'm given. So I am happy with what I'm doing. I'm very happy with my week. I hope you guys all had a great week. And yeah, if you haven't, or if you're new to my channel, please follow, like, and subscribe my channel. My names are always at the bottom, Stitch and Lindy on Connect if you are a WW member, or if you'd like to join our Facebook weight loss group, it is Stitch and Lindy's Weight Loss Journey. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you all have a great week.